Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Todd Chrisley has new personality after leaving prison, and it's not good. Todd Chrisley has an entirely new personality after leaving prison. However, it is not looking like it's a good one. Fans are disappointed in how narcissistic he is coming across now. He has been this way a lot recently. However, this is not the most shocking thing fans have heard about Todd. There is a lot to unfold and uncover when it comes to this situation. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Todd and Julie Chrisley are now free from prison. They were locked up for 2 years for tax evasion and fraud. However, their daughter, Savannah, fought for their release every day until it happened. Now they are out and trying to adjust to life outside of a cell. This was a huge thing that happened for the Chrisleys. However, since then, Savannah seems to have some resentment towards her family, and fans do not blame her. The new Chrisley show is also coming out soon, which is going to show a different side to the journey, and viewers cannot wait. Savannah seems to be doing everything on her own. It will also show the first time the family reunited with Todd and Julie. Fans are not impressed with Todd Chrisley as his new personality is coming out. People think that since his release, he has made this his entire personality. However, they also think he is a narcissist. Anybody else majorly turned off by Todd this week? I thought he was abnormally icky. Hope this isn't permanently Todd post-prison. I did really love how Julie kept knocking him down a peg. You can tell he's passionate about what goes on behind prison. It's absolutely terrible. I'm glad he's speaking on it, but very narcissistic. Yeah, I love this podcast, and I love the Chrisleys, but in typical fashion, Todd did too much, and this particular instance was overly aggressive. He really was riled up. But I have to say it was refreshing to hear Julie kind of snap him back into line a bit. Yikes, this is not a good look for Todd. However, fans are loving Julie post-prison, so at least she is winning fans over. It seems as though fans are not impressed with Todd lately. However, they are impressed with how Julie knocked him down a few pegs. She seems to be standing up for herself more with Todd and Savannah since leaving prison. Regardless, fans are not impressed with how Todd has been acting or anything he is doing. What do you think about this? Do you think he is coming across as narcissistic? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on this situation. When Todd Chrisley first walked out of prison, his family expected tears, hugs, and that same Southern charm he had wielded for years on Chrisley Knows Best. They expected the patriarch who always had a witty one-liner, who thrived on control, fashion, and picture-perfect family branding. Instead, what emerged was someone startlingly different, someone who had survived prison but left parts of himself behind in the concrete shadows of confinement. For months, rumors swirled about what prison life might do to Todd, but few could have predicted the transformation that stunned his family and fans alike. It wasn't the physical change, though he looked noticeably leaner, with sharper cheekbones and grayer hair. It was the shift in his personality, one that seemed darker, colder, and, according to insiders, not good at all, from charmer to cynic. Todd once prided himself on being the life of the room. On his reality show, his sharp tongue was softened by humor, his controlling nature disguised as love. Now, friends whisper that the humor has disappeared, replaced by biting cynicism and unpredictable mood swings. He used to be a perfectionist, but now it's more like he's constantly picking fights, said one close family source. It's like he doesn't know how to switch off the survival mode he developed inside. In prison, survival often meant building walls around your emotions. Todd, who thrived on public vulnerability, always crying in confessionals or cracking jokes about his fears, allegedly learned that showing weakness meant becoming a target. That lesson, deeply ingrained, now spills into his home life. The obsession with control. Todd always loved control, but now it has hardened into something harsher. His children, Savannah, Chase, and Grayson were used to his overbearing parenting style, but now they describe him as nearly unapproachable. He questions everyone's motives, a family friend revealed. Even if you tell him what time dinner is, he'll cross-examine you like it's a courtroom. It's exhausting. His obsession with order has taken on military precision. Chairs must be aligned perfectly against the table. No shoes are allowed inside, something he enforces with near-paranoid intensity. And when anyone disrupts his new rules, he allegedly erupts. He's not the fun dad anymore, another insider explained. He's more like a warden who never really left prison. Strained marriage with Julie. Perhaps the biggest shock lies in how his relationship with Julie has shifted. While she remains incarcerated, Todd's letters and phone calls reportedly sound more clipped and less affectionate. They used to be a united front, ride or die, one insider shared. But Todd seems resentful now, almost blaming Julie for everything. There's very little softness in his tone with her. Family members fear that the once romantic duo who built their empire together might struggle to find common ground again. Instead of envisioning a shared future, Todd allegedly talks more about independence and rebuilding his name without relying on anyone else. The darker humor. Humor was always Todd's shield, but it has warped into something unsettling. He cracks jokes about prison violence, about manipulation, about people not surviving in his world. He makes comments that sound more like threats than jokes, said a family friend. You're left wondering if you should laugh or get nervous. This gallows humor leaves family members uneasy, as though Todd can no longer differentiate between entertainment and intimidation. His reality TV timing still exists, but the punchlines now land with a chill. Family on edge. Perhaps the most heartbreaking change is the effect on his children. Savannah, once her father's fiercest defender, has reportedly grown distant. She has hinted on her podcast that prison altered her parents forever and not necessarily for the better. Chase allegedly avoids long conversations with his father, fearing that any comment might spark criticism. And Grayson, still navigating young adulthood, has been caught between admiration for his dad's resilience and discomfort with his intensity. They feel like they lost the old Todd, said one insider. They got someone back, but it's not who they knew before. Fame lost its shine. Todd once thrived on the spotlight, orchestrating photo shoots, interviews, and grand declarations of Southern family values. Since leaving prison, however, he's become deeply suspicious of the media. He'll call out reporters, slam producers, and accuse networks of plotting against him, one entertainment insider shared. He doesn't trust anyone outside his family circle, and sometimes not even them. Ironically, while he despises the media circus, Todd still craves relevance. This conflict has made him unpredictable. One moment threatening to disappear from the public eye, the next posting cryptic messages hinting at a new empire to come.